this is it. We have made it to the next stop, and right next to the iconic tunnel that you find at Angeles Crest. The C8's acting really weird. Right there, service transmission now, unable to shift soon. Also, a service parking brake lights all out of nowhere. I'm really getting worried. What's going on? Okay, today's the day. The C8 Corvette is going into the Chevrolet dealership for repairs. I'm still waking up though. It's really early in the morning. But let's go ahead and turn left. This is it. We have made it. The Chevrolet dealership. Make sure to angulate it. And we're set. We're good. Look at that line for service. I'm a very intelligent individual. I have just put the car into valet mode, so they cannot get into any of the compartments of the C8 Corvette, nor can they open this up or drive the car hard and fast and joyride it. And to get out of valet mode, they have to put in a special code right here on the screen. So if they don't know it, like if I just put down, whatever, unlock, the code is incorrect. That is so funny. And when you check this out, I have found the 2020 GT500's main competitor right here, the ZL1 1LE, and this one is finished in a very similar competing color of grabber lime. I'm not sure what this is called actually. I don't know if you can find the window sticker somewhere. It's on this side. But look at these tires. These are the Supercar 3Rs, and they are so sticky. I have them on my McLaren right now, and I am really impressed with the front end grip as well as the rear end grip. But keep going this way, as you can see, total out the door is $76,000. It's got a $1,300 stolen vehicle recovery system. The actual true price of this car is $74,000. And to be honest with you, it looks nice, and for the money you can buy a base model GT500 for about like 73, and that's not even counting dealer markups. With these, there are no dealer markups. That's why there's such good deals right now. And used, you can get this car for $10,000 less, if not more. A friend of mine got his ZL1 1LE for just $60,000. 60 grand. It is such a fast track car. I think it's only about a second slower than the Track Pack GT500 on track. For that kind of money though, you got to think about it. The Track Pack is $100,000+ if you want the paint and stripes. I think 94 grand without, and that's not including dealer markups. So you can get this car for I think almost half the price of my old GT500 Track Pack. Huge front splitter, massive dive planes, really cool exposed carbon fiber HUD. This one has a manual, however you can get the Z1 1LEs with an automatic, a 10-speed auto. Not quite as quick as the DCT we had, but if you want a muscle type or pony track car, this is one of the best cars to get, and I still think the 500 Track Pack is a phenomenal car. If you're trying to get one right now, you're gonna love it, and if you already have one, you know what I'm talking about. The only thing this car doesn't have that my car had was that my carbon fiber rear wing was actually adjustable. This one is fixed. However, both are carbon fiber, and Ford just revealed about like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, that they're making a carbon fiber handling pack version of the GT500. Can you believe that? I remember making a video about that like 6 or 7 months ago, saying, oh, we found this document leaked or something like that, that they're making a carbon fiber handling pack, which is a GT500, but with carbon fiber wheels and the handling pack rear wing, the gurney flap design, and those front splitter wickers. But they're actually doing it, and I think this is the deal, right? So it's a $10,000 option. So now you have the normal 500 for drag racing, you have the handling pack, and then if you want carbon wheeled, you have the carbon fiber handling pack, and then you have the track pack. So you can get multiple different versions of the 500 with carbon fiber wheels, and actually you can get this car with carbon wheels, the 500, for just $80,000. It's just a $10,000 option. Back to my point though, what I'm trying to say is that I think they're doing it because when you're mass producing a car with carbon fiber exposed wheels, you do get a lot of errors with it, because matching up that weave perfectly and hitting production quality controls can get really hard. So I think these are just spare wheels that didn't pass quality control, and then Ford's thinking, you know what, I work at the bean counter or something, let's just paint these wheels black so that we don't lose a ton of money on them, and then just put them on 500s. Here's the really interesting thing. It's that after finding out about this, I was talking with a lot of GT500 owners that I know, especially Track Pack owners, and I'm sad sad to say that they're really upset about this. They're mad, they're angry, but because they bought their track pack GT500s with the mindset of they wanted the car with the carbon fiber wheels. And that variant was almost $20,000 more than a normal GT500 without them. So then you're either buying a $90,000 to $100,000 GT500 to get these carbon fiber wheels, and the people buying these really expensive variants are also being told that the car is going to be very rare and just unique. The carbon fiber wheels make the track packs stand on their own. To me, the whole purpose of buying the track pack was for the carbon fiber wheels and the GT4 rear wing. However, you can get a GT500 with carbon fiber wheels now for just $8,000 more than a handling pack GT500. So it goes both ways. So not just track pack owners that I know are mad, but normal handling pack owners as well, because let's look at it. 2020, right? The first year of the 500, they were really hard to get because, as you know, when it comes to a brand new car coming out, there's a lot of hype with it, and dealers know that, and they know they can get a lot of money for these new cars. Let's face it, these cars are not cheap. So when it comes to paying $80,000 or $75,000 on your non-track pack GT500 and then factor in a markup, imagine buying that car and then 6 months later, 7 months later, there is a better version of your exact same car. The carbon fiber handling pack is only $8,250 more than the normal handling pack GT500. So if you went through all this trouble to get one of these cars and then out of nowhere Ford comes out with this, I can understand if you're not happy about it. Looking at it, I have to say the black painted carbon fiber wheels, they look great. So when you look at this package overall, it costs $10,000. It factors in obviously the normal handling pack components like the front splitter wickers, also the gurney flap with the rear wing, and also the camber plates. But the funny thing is, this entire package costs the same exact amount as the stripes do that are painted for the GT500. Regardless, I wonder if they actually provided for a new Magnaride tune, well, a new dialed-in version of the base 500 that has carbon wheels, but not the excessive high amount of downforce you have with the big GT4 carbon fiber rear wing on track. Please let me know your thoughts about that. Okay, taking delivery same day of the C8 Corvette. We got all the repairs we needed. So it says 85 miles per hour is the top speed right there, as you can see. Here we are, unlocked. You hear that click? I can open all the compartments. We are all set. Well, the C8 has been throwing some crazy codes at us, some crazy lights, and one of them that really scared me was regarding the transmission. It said, service transmission now, it will be unable to shift soon. So when that happens, that is scary, you gotta admit, right? After recycling the car a few times, everything went away and it still hasn't come back. So in general, the lights, I'm pretty sure it must have been just a fluke. And regarding the parking sensor, we actually had a rock stuck in between the backing plate and the rotor in a position where I would have never saw it. I inspected the rotors and the pads, but with the angle that the rock was actually stuck at, I mean, there's no way I could have saw it. So thankfully the dealership found it and took care of us. So we are all set there. The car is completely fine, but in general though, the car, it's rock solid again. So if you saw the previous video and you're worried, guess what? Today's update, we're good. The car is good. So I think in general, the C8 Corvette may just be bulletproof for me, at least. I'm talking about for me, because in general, it's been perfect. You've got to realize something. This car has been tracked so much. It's been across the country. It gets driven to the racetrack and then back home. We drag race it. We do it all. And this is all the stuff that Chevrolet says that they want you to do, at least in your warranty. They say track the car, and that's what we're doing. And we're proving that it is made for. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button to help me out. Also subscribe for a ton more great videos coming your way. I'll see all of you in the next episode.